Hey guys, today we're going to go over a few short videos and teach you a few skills that can be helpful for cooperative care. Now, cooperative care is just simply having your dog assist you in caring for them, whether it's cutting nails, whether it's trimming their hair, whether it's putting eye drops in, whether it's ear drops. We can have our dog actually assist us with these so we're not fighting them constantly. Now, for any of these skills, we need to make sure that we're not working on these when we need them. We need to prep our dogs beforehand. So if you have a puppy, it's great to start these things before you have to go to the vet and get all these shots. The chin rest is one method we can use for this. This is very helpful for ear drops and eye drops, and also just simply caring for your dog if you need, let's say, shots at the vet and you need your pup to look at you while you reward them rapidly and then get them out of there. This can be very helpful for that. Now you'll see the way that Alicia teaches this is by the Willow approaching Alicia and not the other way around. This is important because we want the dog to understand that they do have a choice in the matter. If we take away this choice from them, we're just introducing potential fear to where they're like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if I'm comfortable with this. We want to give them the choice to learn how to do these things. We will be using a lure to teach this behavior. Now, if you notice, whenever Willow does come over and get the treats, Alicia throws treats across the room. We call this scatter feeding, to encourage Willow to go get the food and then run back and try again. This really creates motivation behind our puppy to want to work, even if it's something they're like, I'm not really sure about this. They know it's a lot of fun to come back to Alicia.
Yeah. I'm going to push you away just so we can be ready for this. Okay. Good. 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 Okay. Good. Yeah, you go. I tell you what. I just had a feeling you were going to go get it. It's right there. All right. If you don't see it, I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah, you just have to tell them look and point.
Oh, okay. Good. Good. And she's giving me nice pressure on that too. Good. Okay. Give her a break. Okay, so I'm going to try this. Good. Good. So that's teaching her, good, to actually put the chin in the hand. There you go. Good job.
I'm not good. These are things I'm not good at.
Okay. Get your hand. Good. 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 She's actually done really well. Okay.
Of course she is.
Notice as long as Willow has her chin on Alicia's hand, Alicia is going to rapidly reinforce this. This behavior is awesome. You can earn lots of great stuff here. And then when she's done, she just tosses the food across the room and encourages Willow to come back.
Normally, it's baby steps, but she's doing so good. So what I'm going to do now, I want to think about, because I'm feeding her. Oh, I know what I want to do, is I want to get her in there and then be able to reach for my food. Okay, so that's the next. And now let me do one more just to get us back in a repetition of things. Ooh, right here. Good. Okay. Now the key is going to see if she'll follow the lure without food in it from my hand. Good. 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 Good job.
I will say she is smart.
Yeah. Oh, and now we got the cat coming. Yeah. Oh, let me do it again. Good. Good job. Now I'm noticing maybe a little bit of a push forward, but she's generally pretty calm with it, yeah. Yeah, so obviously I'm getting rid of the lure. Now I'm going to add the verbal. Then the key will be later is, having to phase out. Like once she knows the verbal, we want to phase out the hand signal, which is the downside, but I don't think it would be hard for her. Okay. Chin. Good. Yeah, see, that's the only problem is I'm noticing she's trying to get close to the food, so I got to shape that. head's so cute, my thing. I just want to hold it there. Let's do one more. Chin. Good. Good. All right, we're gonna have to figure that one out. You got to work on that. Are you not pushing? Willow, we're still working. Willow, chin. Good. Good. Okay, break. I'm ending it there because she didn't push as much, so we got.
This next one can be very handy for when, let's say, you go to the vet for the first time with your pup, and your pup needs to get on top of the table, and they've never been up there before, and they're not really quite sure what's going on. Well, we don't want to overwhelm them and just flood their brain, which will cause them to really shut down, and then next time we go to the vet, it might be even harder. What we can use is a mat for this. I would even argue that we don't even need a command for this. This is just about teaching the dog that this mat is a really, really rewarding spot, and that if they see this familiar item in a place like the vet's office, that they can kind of be like, oh, I know this place. Oh, the mat's actually really rewarding. I kind of like this. And that's where it could be a little different from a place command. This mat is usually just used for a target, just to have our dog go to that spot because they know from history that this mat is really rewarding. It's also good for confidence building. If you notice, Alicia will keep adding layers to the mat to make it taller, just to kind of simulate being at the vet's office and being on the table. This is good for confidence building, but it's also good for teaching our dog that, hey, it doesn't matter where this mat is, whenever you go to this mat, good things happen, for the most part.
But she, it's just more rewarding when they go on. We're not worrying about a cue right now. The key is getting her to understand that when she's on this, you know what it always says, and other good things happen. Go ahead.
She can select place.
Yeah. Good. But so for her, I mean, this is a piece of cake, but for a dog, it's never. You know, and the key is watching to wait and see if she comes back, because she'll get a little bit of food there, but she gets a lot here. There you go. Good job. Easy. Okay. No, right, we have a yoga mat, and now they're used to that, so now we have to step up a little bit.
I love this because I'm hoping taking her Tuesday with the other dogs for acupuncture, and I want to put her up on the table where she's going to be receiving it.
Now keep in mind, Willow is a very, very confident puppy. Normally we would split this up into several sessions, but we're just kind of going at her pace. She's willing to keep working, so we're going to keep going. But normally we would go at a slower pace, and we're just kind of rushing through this process just to kind of teach. Another benefit of this is most puppies don't really understand where their back legs are in relation to the front legs. This can help with that. Might help with them being able to load up in the car a little bit easier as they grow.
I'm trying to be careful. Good. Like waving the stuff around her, and she's like, whatever.
I'm telling you,
She's awesome.
I've been very careful too, but then I'm
Yeah.
realized I don't have to be as careful.
Go ahead.
I mean, she still has her moments because she's up, but,
Yeah.
but she
Get it.
does have some serious concerns.
What do you do if I put it there? Good. Good job.
Well, it's here.
Yeah. Good.
I know.
Good girl. All right.
If you've ever tried to use a Dremel or clippers on your dog's nails, and you might have been met with some resistance the first or second time, and then the third or fourth time, they're like, whoa, what's going on? And they're running away from you. Well, that's probably because we need to desensitize them to everything that's happening first and get them used to the clippers before we even try to use them. So all we're doing here really is throwing food away from us, turning the Dremel on. Whenever Willow gets done with that last piece of food, we're turning the Dremel off for Willow to come back to us to play the game again. We simply want Willow to just understand that there's nothing to be afraid of with this sound. Then we start adjusting how long the Dremel is on and when we turn it on and off.
It just the one she was using in the video, I liked her method. It just turned off like that. She ain't care. But that's the goal, and then you keep it on longer. Like at first, if the dog's nervous, right as they're finished eating, you might turn on as they're coming back, and then you turn it right off when they get to you. But then you can keep it on for longer periods as they approach you. So eventually, you should be sensitizing them to the sound. So with you, so good, good, good. 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 She'd look at it, but she came right back. Good job. Good. Very good. Okay, good. I'm just gonna have it out. Good. 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 What was that? Good. Did you look at it? Good.
This method can also be used for desensitizing your dog's paws, ears, tail, really anywhere that you need to be touching your dog, helping them understand that this is a normal part of life.
Good.
This is, I'm talking about, that's mastering my dog while I drink a beer.
Ready? Paw. Good. Okay, that might be a bit much. Bit much. Yeah, you're like, what the heck are you doing to me? Paw. Good. Good. Ready? Paw. Good. Too much? Too much? Here, let's go. Okay. Actually, think about that. No, a little bit more. Okay.
Now right here, Alicia notices that this might be a little bit too much for Willow. Now we could take a break here, but for our purposes, we're trying to teach. So Alicia just takes a step back, and instead of touching her paw, she might stop right before she touches the paw and then rewards. We need to go at our dog's pace. That's so important.
Seriously, that's how we would do it back at the zoo when I worked as a zookeeper.
Back at the zoo.
Back at the zoo.
She was a wild ass.
Yeah. So, I mean, to me, we just have to work, more on her paw. And maybe y'all know this, dogs really don't like having their paw grabbed. So a lot of what she'll do is she tries to do a lot of open hand with it. That doesn't mean you can't secure it. But she said, how'd you want that? They don't like primates. They don't like the way their paws are grabbed. And I know that. Paws can be very sensitive. But then again, when you're clipping nails, sometimes you have to. You have to like extend that toe out.
Right.
But that's where you do very, very slow, in my opinion, that's slow approximations. And it's going to depend on your dog.
Now, we normally don't lure these behaviors such as sit and down, but for our purposes today, we're going to teach you a proper lure for down. Now, Nikki's explaining how a lot of people do this wrong. A lot of times they take the treat, go down, and then come straight out thinking the dog's going to follow it, but it really just makes the dog walk forward. What we need to do is have the treat go straight down to the ground so our dog puts their nose to the floor, essentially, and then come out. You might have to shape this behavior. It's not going to be perfect at first. We take our time with it, and with repetition, our dog starts to understand this. Now, why would we need a down for this? Well, this can be handy to put our dog in a comfortable position for, let's say, checking out their paws. Sometimes it might be a little awkward for our dog to shift their weight when we're first working on their paws, so it might help to have them in that down position. And let's be honest, most people teach sit and down as their first behaviors for a puppy anyways, so might as well learn the right way.
Slowly bringing out that treat.
A lot of times too, just with your puppy, when you're just petting them, I'm all about naming the behavior. Like in practice, I'll go ear, and I'll stroke her ear. So for me, what I will teach people if they want to start learning about cooperative care, which I'm going to insist they do, is something that's simple. Just if you're petting your dog and they're real relaxed, and you say, "Oh, paw." Yeah.
I do that because
Precious nails, I'll say paw, and I'll either count 1, 2, 3 and clip on the 3, or I will say Dremel, I'll go paw, Dremel, and then I'll touch. So she knows it's coming, but when I say Dremel, she knows that Dremel's about to touch. Because you can't really do 1, 2, 3 while you're dremeling. So I had to come up with something else. I thought, I'll just name it, and then she knows. And sometimes it's there for 1 second, sometimes for 5.
Here, Nikki asks a question posing as a client. She asks, I have a puppy and I need her nails trimmed and the vet is refusing to trim her nails.
You mean
What do I do?
you were-
Because typically this takes a few weeks to actually teach this process for our puppy.
In in my opinion, I would think, well, first off, if you walk your dog on concrete, that can help file the nails down a little bit. We could consider training them on the scratch board. You might want to consider a groomer. I mean, if you get to the point where it's between your dog's health and training, we may have to go to a groomer just to get it done, get it back to a manageable level while we're continuing to practice training. To train this stuff early on, it's going to avoid a lot of problems. You got to put the work in now, like all the behaviors. Put the work when they're puppy, yeah.
Can we not eat the yoga mat, please? Thank you.
Did you catch Nikki getting onto Willow? That's one way we can actually use communicating to our dog in an efficient way. Instead of just saying, no, stop that, no. Nikki just politely asks, hey, can you find something else to chew on? I know this seems goofy as a dog trainer, but seriously, we talk to our 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds all the time. Our dogs have the capability of learning these words like that. Why not use simple phrases every day to teach them what we're asking for? If you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate your time and thank you for listening. We hope these quick tips on cooperative care have been helpful for you, and we hope that you take it and run it with your dog and practice these things before you need them. It is so much easier to work on these things before you actually need them. When we try to work on these behaviors during the heat of the moment at the vet's office, when I need these nails trimmed, when my dog's hair is getting matted, ends up creating an unpleasant experience for the dog, but also us as well. And we can't be consistent when we're not feeling in the mood, when we're not having a good time, when we're a little bit afraid of these things. So take the time and teach your dog what you want them to learn beforehand. Trust me, you'll thank me later.